Hello everyone, my name is M1K3 and welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. In today's episode, we're going to be going over our week 2 FNCS games. And we had a lot of insanely stacked and intense endgames. Before we get into that, around 52% of you guys watching are not subscribed, and if you do enjoy the content, consider subscribing. And remember, for every 1,000 supporters, we get Uncode M1K3. I'll be coaching one of you guys for a full tournament session. And regarding the coaching, we now have 1,930 supporters, meaning I'll shortly pick a winner to help out. With that all being said, let's aim for 5,000 likes, and let's get into today's episode. Our game plan going into this week's FNCS was to simply just play very consistently and play fully for placement. The reason behind this was because there is a 25-to-1 win-to-kill ratio, meaning that winning and placing good in the games is worth a lot more than getting kills. However, in game number 1 in the next week, we're unarguably going to be going for around 30 kills in the first game, as this is honestly pretty easy. For some reason, I said to Panther and Ambox that we were just going to play safely this entire tournament, even though I have two incredible fighters on my team. Getting anywhere from 20 to 40 kills in the first game is more or less a free head start to the Opens tournament. And this game alone can pretty much ensure that you qualify, even with a few rough games down the line. Anyhow, our trio is very good at being consistent as well, so even with a low amount of kills, we were able to easily get a good start to the tournament and win game number 1. Moving on to game number 2, Ambox dies on the half and half rotate because I don't look up enough and I make a bad play for our team. Here, I want to give everyone watching a quick tip. When you are looking over your games, or in other words VOD reviewing, you always want to look at how you lost one of your trio members. The most important thing to fully understand in trios is that no matter what, everybody has to survive. You can waste 1,000 mats if you feel that's the right play you need to make to survive. You can waste all your healing or all your movement, but at the end of the day, if you have a full trio going into the moving zones in FNCS, it shouldn't be a problem to consistently place highly. A lot of people, when VOD reviewing, look at exactly how they died as an individual, but this doesn't matter at all. Look at the bigger picture and understand that trios is a team mode. Over to game number 3, we knew we had a stacker coming. In this endgame, I make a play that is simply just fantastic. I see the zone has a massive chance of pulling up a huge mountain. So I pre-tarp up a few layers and invest a lot of mats into the pre-tarp. This is what you can call a low risk, high reward. Yes, I might have spent 150 brick pre-tarping up 2 layers, but these 150 materials might just have saved our asses in game number 3. These are the tournament games I live for. Just have a look at this complete stacker of an endgame, and I'll get back to you in just a minute. Here, I should have unarguably used a bouncer to get ahead, instead of spending all of our materials. Being aware over where you can use bouncers to save mats is something I am impressively bad at. And moving into this week, me, Ambox, and Panther are going to be playing a lot of customs where we use bouncers all the time. In endgames, and I cannot emphasize this enough, in the first moving zone, stick together and don't go for anything at all. If you're not a top tier player and you want to do good in competitive Fortnite, don't even go for a free kill if you have it. The first moving zone is unarguably the most difficult zone both to rotate and survive. And in addition to that, every opponent you are going to fight is going to have 200 HP, probably also teammates, and a lot of heals. This is because nearly everybody plays for endgame in FNCS. The second moving, however, is a completely different story. This is where a lot of people have 150 health, there are some duos and solos, and people start running low on both mats and heals. So, first moving, stick together, no matter what, and don't even go for a free kill if you know it's free. 5 seconds means literally everything in these moving circles.
bygg.
Ja, ta min Max.
Jag har min.
Ta. Det allt där. Nästan ingen av matcherna, tror jag. Nej. Jag ser precis.
Right here, Panther gets the best refresh elimination he could have ever gotten. The player he killed had 1,300 mats, and right here, we should have no questions asked, immediately started looking up for high ground opportunities. Instead of doing that, we decided to play a mid-ground layer onto ultimate low ground. But when you get as many mats as Panther did, it should be easy in an endgame like this to simply have two people start shooting up for height, whilst the last one cranks some 90s and claims the high ground. In game number 4, the moving zone once again went up a massive elevation. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret, but we have to keep it that way. In Fortnite, when there's mountains, dams, or any high elevation points around you in the 50-50 zone or moving zones, chances are that the moving zone is going to pull up there on the high elevation. Fortnite is well aware that the servers get super laggy when there are too many players remaining and a lot of builds are being placed. So they do their best to make sure that players get eliminated at a high pace. So if you're in a 50-50 zone and you see a massive mountain, a dam, or anything in that category, be prepared for the zone to pull up there. Games 5 and 6 ended before they even started by us simply dying off spawn. In game number 7, I had incredibly bad callouts to my teammates, and I only looked forward. I didn't get any awareness over the end game, and because of my bad preparation before our rotate, bad calls, and bad awareness, we unfortunately died very early in the end game in game number 7. Unfortunately, I clicked the record button 2 times in game number 8, so I didn't record it, but we placed second in that game, and all we needed in game number 9 was 2 super quick points to qualify. This is how that went. Yeah, we don't really talk about that one. But in all seriousness, that is going to be it for today's video, and I am positive that with long days, a ton of work, more clear comms from me, and slightly better awareness, we are going to do great in the final week. Thank you guys so much for watching this entire video. My name is M1K3 Editz. Stay safe and take care.
Swollen